Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs. The last review I want to do today is the Hasbro Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Ronan. I was really looking forward to this guy, and he is fairly cool, but definitely could be better. Let's go ahead and get into it. He stands 8 inches tall, so decent enough size. Remember, it's Hasbro Marvel Legends, so Build-A-Figures are not that big anymore, unfortunately. So he's actually decent height for a Hasbro Build-A-Figure. Articulation, not his strong suit, that's for sure. Let's take the cape off so that you can see. I just got this in the mail today, so excuse me for it being dusty. Didn't get a chance to clean it yet. The head on a regular Marvel Legends pivot, moving forward, backward, side to side. Shoulders, no articulation other than the basic ball joint, forward, backward, or I'm sorry, sideways and then forward, backward. There's no bicep swivel at all. He's got that built into the bottom of his bicep, which allows it to rotate that way, but it's very limited because you can't bend the arm even 90 degrees. And it's extremely stiff jointed, so you've got very limited motion in the elbow, and the rotation happens at the bottom rather than at the top of the bicep. I don't care for that. The wrist does rotate, and it does have a hinge in it. He comes with his hammer, obviously. We'll talk about that in a minute. He has a waist swivel and an ab crunch, which is okay, but it only has 2 positions: forward a little bit, and then basically straight up. It doesn't stay back, and it doesn't stay any more forward. So basically that's about what you're going to do with it. You can take this thing off, and I'll show you the articulation with that. That's his little skirt thing with his pouches. He's got the Hasbro style ball joints. I know Toy Biz did a couple like that, but it's typically Hasbro, where you have to rotate it around to get the leg to go forward. You have to, keep twisting the ball to get it to where you want it, but it does have the full rotation there, or articulation, plus the thigh swivel at the top of the thigh, inside, built into the ball joint. Double jointed knees, which is obviously fine. I don't need to show you that. They go all the way. No problem. And then the ankle is just a hinge pivot, whatever that means. It's a hinge or a pivot, whatever you call it. And then the rotation right there. So, it could be a little better. There's definitely no ankle rocker in there. And as you can see, without all of his gear on, he's pretty bland. And then even with the gear, it doesn't really add a whole lot. There's not a huge amount of shading here. Sculpt isn't bad in some places, like these wraps on the ankle. They're nicely sculpted, and the paint's not terrible. It's not all sloppy. It just could have a little bit better shading. There's almost no shading throughout the clothes at all, just a little bit here and there, and a little bit on the gauntlet things too. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm not feeling so great, so it's probably not the most enthusiastic review here, or the other ones for that matter that I did today. But I'm trying to get these out for you. Anyway, let's put the cape back on. I'll show you real quick. Not really any shading at all going on here. It's a decent cape. It's nice and soft, and it hangs fairly well. It fits on his shoulders pretty nicely, but there's no shading. It does give him a little bit more shape and a little bit nicer look, but like I said, pretty bland. Put his little hood thingy on, and he looks pretty cool. But again, the paint app is rather plain. I'll zoom in on the face so you can take a look at that. First, just the face. Nice sculpt. I really like that sculpt. It would be cool to cast that and shrink it down just a little bit for Marvel Legends scale. The regular figures, not the Build-A-Figure. That'd be really nice base head to use, especially since it doesn't have any hair. You could put whatever hair you wanted. But besides that, it's a nice enough head for this guy. And his little hood thing fits well enough. Doesn't quite fit the way I would like it to, but you can get it on there. And it does get his eyes through the eye holes. And it fits up to the hood, or to the cape, fairly well. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be connected to the cape. I'm not real familiar with the character, but the toy it is not, and I suppose that would just be to allow for the articulation. And I'm fine with that. It looks nice. It looks like it could be connected, but you still have the articulation. He has the one open hand, and then the one semi-closed hand, which would be for the hammer, which is painted fairly well. It's got some nice shading on the green parts, sculpted well, and could be better. It's not like, oh wow, that's a really nice accessory, but it's decent enough. For a Build-A-Figure, I usually expect a little bit more out of them. I mean, look at the Sentinel or Giant Man compared to this, you know. Leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's still a cool enough figure. Definitely a nice piece to have in the collection if you can get it for a decent price. I wouldn't pay top buck for it, that's for sure, but I'm not overall left with a disappointing feeling. I'm pretty happy with it by and large. So there you go. There's the Hasbro Marvel Legends Ronan figure, Build-A-Figure. It's not a must-have, but it is a decent figure. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more custom figures, more figure reviews, and maybe some more toy hunting or unboxing or customizing or something. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll try to do that for you. So anyway, there you go. Keep an eye out for my stuff, and in the meantime, keep collecting.